17-111 for Bivol. And Sergio, the draw at the ticket window paid plus 1,800. You put down 100, you win 1,800. Is a draw in play here, perhaps? I don't think so.
Well, let's talk about it. I can't wait to hear these cards because on my card, Canelo Alvarez is lost. You know, sometimes it happens. You know, I mean, Canelo's a special fighter, great fighter, but they have weight classes in divisions for a reason. And Demetrius Bivol has been a fighter who has been fighting, as he would say, since he was 5 years old. No vices, doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, you know, lives, eats, breathes, sleeps boxing. You know, no weight hydration clauses, none of that. Even Danny Jacobs was talking about how he had a rehydration, you know, something with his fight. This is a full-fledged, in his prime, 175-pounder, and Canelo just couldn't beat him. He couldn't outbox him. Canelo couldn't knock him out. On my cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 rounds to 5 for Demetrius Bivol. I give Canelo's rounds 1, 3, 6, 9, and 12. Bivol 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 11. And those first 3 rounds were somewhat, you know, swing rounds. Let's listen into the cards.
I spell all score this bout identically, 115 to 113 for your winner by unanimous decision. He's still undefeated and still the WWE
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. The right man won. I don't even know what to say. I'm not really surprised. It happens. Ladies and gentlemen, it happens. Now, I understand a lot of people are going to have sand in their vaginas and be upset. You know, some fighters are even going to be upset, you know, and you're going to see a whole bunch of shit talking on social media. And people are going to be like, oh, we never knew. We knew he was never that good. And, oh, if he would have fought Charlo, he would have got beat up. If he would have fought Benavidez, he would have got beat up. Oh, well, of course, this is justice for Golovkin. But now, what happens next? This is where the good shit happens. Who does Canelo fight next? Does he do a rematch? Is there a rematch clause? Canelo will lose the rematch, in my opinion. Or does he stay at 168 pounds and never touches 175 again? You think Artur Beterbiev or Joe Smith probably out there flipping over tables and shit? Or maybe Charlo or David Benavidez or Errol Spence flipping over tables? It's going to be a whole bunch of shit talking on social media, that's for sure. We're going to listen to the post-fight interviews and talk about what's next. Maybe Canelo will tell us, you know, if there will be a rematch or not. But, you know, sometimes you run into a fighter that's just better. Why would I cry? I predicted him to win. Why would I cry? What are y'all talking about? Y'all just want something to be mad about. Let's listen in.
For pound fighter in all of boxing, how do you feel about your performance?
First of all, I want to say thank you everyone who coming. Feliz 5 de Mayo. And Mexican fans. And I'm glad I proved myself today. I'm the best. I'm the best in my version, and this is belt. I keep this belt. And thank you, Eddie here, and sorry I broke your plans with Gennady Golovkin maybe. And thank you, Canelo and his team. He's a great champion. I respect him. I respect all his team.
Why did you believe that you could pull off this upset?
You know, if you don't believe in yourself, what you do, you never achieve. You achieve the nothing. I believe. My team believe me. And you all should believe in yourself. And you achieve what you want.
You said before the fight, you didn't know how you would deal with the speed of Canelo. After that first round, how did you think you were going to fight him?
I felt his power. You can see on my arm. He beat my arm up. but not my hand. It's better. And he has a good speed, good power. Maybe his mistake, he throw only hard punches. After hard punches, he relaxed and tired.
Did he ever hurt you?
Yeah, my arm. Hurt my arm. I can't keep my belt now. Vadim, please.
And we can see right here, if we can put the
His
camera
arm is
on your
fucked up.
arm right there. We've seen that from Canelo opponents in the past.
But I expected that. I watched his fight against Callum Smith, and I accept that. This is better than my head.
Do you feel you were frustrating him as this fight went on?
Frustrated. What? No, nothing. I was feeling great, like I never feel myself. But do you get fight in my career, and I enjoyed this fight. I enjoyed when people crowd, when he beat me, and this is more gave me more energy.
But did you feel he was getting frustrated with you in those later rounds?
Let's ask him. I don't know.
Well, we'll turn quickly to Canelo Alvarez. Canelo, you've won
Damn.
close decisions before. Did you feel you did enough to win this fight?
Tried to beat that man arm off.
No, la verdad es que es un gran campeón.
Oh, now this motherfucker forgot English.
Me tocó perder, no voy a dar excusas. Yo sentí que gané, hice lo suficiente para ganar, pero así es el boxeo. Así es el boxeo. Le tocó ganar y hay que aceptarlo.
So you have to accept it. It's boxing. To be honest, he's a great champion. Sometimes in boxing, you win and lose. I'm not going to give any excuses. I lost today, and he won.
What made him so difficult?
No, él es un buen peleador. Entra, sale. Sentí mucho su peso también. Entra, sale, es un buen peleador. No lo puedes conectar tan fácil. Es un gran peleador, pero creo, como te dije, hizo una gran pelea y al final de cuentas la gente es la que gana.
Yeah, so he's a really good fighter. He's a fighter that comes in and goes out. I also felt his power, but I think it was a good fight. You know, it was a good victory for him.
Do you feel like you fought a big, real light heavyweight and maybe the weight was an issue for you?
No, obviamente sentí el peso, pero no fue ninguna excusa. Ninguna excusa, es un gran peleador y, como digo, es lo que es. Es lo que es y se gana y se pierde. Es un deporte así, hay que aceptarlo tal cual.
No, you know, I did feel his power, but, you know, no excuses. I think that's what happens in the sport of boxing. You win or lose, that's sport, and that's what happened.
You're a very smart fighter during your fights. You usually have a plan B or a plan C. Why was nothing working against him?
Es un gran peleador, traté de hacer muchas cosas, pero es un gran peleador que entra y sale, sabe utilizar muy bien su distancia y como te digo, yo creo que hice lo suficiente para ganar, pero así es esto.
Yeah, so he's a great fighter. He comes ins and out. He really manages his distance really well. I felt like I maybe did enough to win the fight, but that's boxing.
You have a rematch clause. Do you want to do this again?
Claro que sí, esto no se queda así.
Yeah, of course I do. This doesn't end like this.
All right, Canelo, thank you. We'll turn to Dimitri Bivol. Dimitri, Canelo says he wants a rematch. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, no. Rematch, no problem. Rematch, let's talk about rematch. I wanted this fight for... Вообще, я просто хотел этот fight, бой.
He even said he would go down to 168 for this fight.
Теперь я хочу какие-то условия для себя, и, конечно, этот рематч будет.
I took this fight because I just wanted to get the opportunity, and I appreciate this opportunity. I didn't fight for anything except getting the fight. I'm ready for the rematch. I just want to make sure that I can be treated like the champion now.
What do you think you proved tonight?
You know what I proved? I proved to my boxing fans that they believe me, and они не зря верили в меня.
That they all believed in me, and it wasn't a misjudge. They believed in me, and I appreciate that.
Congratulations, Dimitri. Brilliant performance.
Thank you, and I want to say thank you every countries, every people who fight and who believed in me. Thank you, everyone.
Todd?
So there you have it. Daniel, he said, I want to thank.
You know, it happens. You know, personally, I never liked Canelo at 175 pounds. And the Sergey Kovalev fight, well, if you don't know, Sergey Kovalev had, about 3 months of preparation for that fight. Also, he had some things going on outside of the ring. You know, he's now fighting at cruiserweight next weekend, by the way, over on Fight.tv. And, you know, Canelo's always had issues with fighters that can actually box and move with a jab. And going against Dimitri Bivol, who is a pure, in his prime, 175-pound fighter, pure in his prime. Like, you know, no vices outside of the ring. He eats, sleeps, breathes, lives boxing. I just thought that Canelo bit off a little bit more than he can chew. You know, you can't go out there trying to outbox everybody. I mean, trying to, you know, like beat up everybody. You gotta be able to, like, the box. And what you saw from Canelo is he can fight, he can box, but you know, he is missing a jab. You know, he's not known as being a good jabber. You know, and if he can't, you know, beat up your body, and what we saw was his body, like what we saw was the power of Canelo doesn't seem to really carry up. He wasn't really doing any damage outside of, well, beating up Dimitri Bivol's arms. And it didn't work with him. Now, Canelo's still good. I'm going to go ahead on the record to say I would still pick Canelo to beat a Jermell Charlo. David Benavidez, I'm a fan. I'm not so sure. I would go on the record to say that Benavidez will probably beat Canelo. You know, the Golovkin fight. Now, where does Canelo go from here? Does he go for the rematch in September? You know, does he, you know, go ahead and fight Golovkin instead? Me personally, I think he's going to take another L. I think that he needs to stay the hell away from 175 pounds. Now, one thing about Bivol is he is a boxer. You know, like more like a boxer mover, to where a guy like Artur Beterbiev, well, let's face it, you know, Canelo don't want to eat anything he has to offer. Even though I think that he would probably be an easier fight than Bivol, still, it wouldn't be an easy task. And the weight, you know, Canelo, like, they've been trying to make it seem like Canelo's Superman. You know, fighting that cruiserweight, okay, yeah, he could probably beat Makabu. But then talking about him versus Usyk, what? So now I'm glad that we can finally end that bullshit debate. Like, no Canelo versus Usyk. It should never happen. No, period, no. So what I'm going to do is, we got a lot to talk about, and there's going to be a post-fight press conference coming up if Canelo don't skip out. I don't think he will, though. He's a, you know, classy guy. But overall, thank you guys for watching. We're going to be here next week for Charlo versus Castano, streaming during that main event. I'm kind of pissed off I missed UFC. Overall, if I was to rate the card overall, here's the punch stats. Look at these nasty punch stats. Canelo only landed 84 punches in the whole fight, 495, 17%. Power punches. Look, and how many jabs he threw and landed? He landed less than 10 jabs. Power punches, 106 of 292 for Bivol, 74 of 266 for Canelo. Jabs, 46 of 418, 10 of 229 for Canelo. Canelo just put on a shitty performance, just an overall bad performance. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, it happens. I'm T Street Controversy with Fight View 360. Take your time out, like the video, subscribe. Thanks for watching. And the new, he did it, history. Please subscribe. Thanks for watching.